today, guys, we are making keto syrup. So guys, I actually had bought this huge green tea slash black tea, and of course it is unsweetened, and this is the tea that Thomas Delauer tried it and Goodybeats tried, so I had to try it, and this is probably gonna last me 3 days because I didn't realize how big this size was. This is my first time getting this size, so definitely tastes very different. I'm used to just more of the green tea, but the black tea definitely gives it a different taste. It's a little stronger, I guess, but without the sweetness, it's not too bad. I'm actually surprised I actually liked it. I was actually unsure if it had sugar in it because it still tasted, I guess, a little bit sweet to me, but it says no sugar in it, so I guess we're good. And yeah, and I really needed this morning. So anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, of course, and let me know if you guys try this recipe, really enjoy it. I made this recipe a while back, and of course, since I've been making a whole bunch of pancakes, waffles, and other breakfast keto foods for, you know, that they need syrup, right? So of course we're going to make that today, and so hopefully you guys didn't struggle too much watching my last video, but that was just because I didn't have my stand with me because I left it in Florida. So I finally bought a new one, and this video should be way better. If you guys really enjoyed this video, of course, like and subscribe, and share this with your friends if you guys really enjoyed it or know somebody else that might like to try something like this, and I would really appreciate that. And thanks for watching, guys. Now, to start off this buttery maple syrup that I made, we are going to be boiling some butter, and that is about a whole stick of butter, or half of a brick if it's 16 ounces. So you don't want to add anything else, just the butter right now, and we're going to be boiling it and making sure that it is getting cooked more so that it kind of gets like the brownish color. And if you don't really want to burn your butter, you don't have to, but of course this is just to kind of get the look of maple syrup a little bit more of a brownish or gold color. Once you notice the gold tint, you definitely want to add the coconut butter right away. You don't want to let your butter burn too much because it's going to start to get hard caramelized clumps at the bottom that you don't want. So once the coconut oil is all mixed in, you can go ahead and add your milk, and just turn off your stove for a little bit or lower the temperature down. You do want it to be cooking still, but just not boiling anymore. And so you can go ahead and add your sweetener in, and then mix those up and put the salt in, and just make sure you're stirring it every time so it can dissolve better. And then once it's all mixed in, you want to add your 2 teaspoons of maple extract. At this point, you do want to turn off your stove and let it cool down before putting it in a glass, because it's going to be hot to the touch. So you're going to notice that the coconut oil kind of rises more to the top, so it's more liquidy, and then at the bottom it kind of has more of the buttery, so it kind of stays at the bottom. But whenever it hardens, you can kind of mix it up a little bit more. But this syrup is definitely more of a buttery syrup. It's not going to taste like maple syrup. So the sweetness on this is going to vary depending on the sweetener that you use. I usually make this with the monk fruit sweetener, and so it kind of is more of a sweeter taste, but since I use the confectioners swerve this time, it came out less brown and less sweet. So you can add a tablespoon more. If you're not using monk fruit, you might need to use a little less if you're using monk fruit sweetener. Just so you guys know. And The texture of it is very watery. It's not really like a regular syrup. Like I said, this one is kind of more of a buttery flavor as well. It's not really completely maple syrup. And of course you can always add more maple extract if you want more of the maple flavor as well. You want to make sure to store this in a warm place or it will harden at the bottom especially, which is easier if it's in a microwavable or heatable container. All of the information is in the description box below, and check out my last video if you missed it.